Good morning. My name is Farrah Weaver, and throughout the semester we were assigned to create a health campaign. This semester has been one of the busiest semesters I've ever had, and I've had more health classes than I have before in my entire college history. A health communication class, a health theory to wellness, and a health safety and first aid class have really helped me open my eyes to my surrounding areas. Because of these classes pushing me to become a healthier person, I've really taken a look at some unhealthy habits that are around me in my environment. This is a good thing because looking for these bad habits, I can make suggestions to others and actually be a guideline for others to help them break their unhealthy habits. And the issue that I want to talk about from a health campaign is the issue of alcohol abuse among college students. Alcohol can cause serious negative effects with someone's health and social status. Most people are aware of these effects but choose to drink anyway. I feel like my fellow college students need an intervention from this excessive drinking and need to be reminded of these negative effects that it can cause on health and social statuses. If I am successful in my campaign, then maybe next year when students come to this campus, they will reach for a bottle of water instead of a bottle of alcohol. So, to ensure that my health campaign will be successful, I have followed the advice that's said in my book of the 6 stages of a campaign. I'm sorry, the 7 stages of the campaign. These 7 stages are as follows: defining the situation and potential benefits, analyzing this and segmenting the audience, establishing campaign goals and objectives, selecting channels of communication, designing campaign messages, piloting and implementing the campaign, and evaluating and maintaining the campaign. So, by breaking each step down throughout the book, this campaign has been one of great focus because each chapter has like theories and strategies that has helped me shape my campaign. So the first step of my campaign that I took was defining the situation and potential benefits. When doing this, I answered the questions of why stopping this behavior would actually help me and myself, like health wise, and how would it help. So I did some research online, and according to Kristen Koenig on the Live Strong spokesmanship, benefits of not excessively drinking can has benefits for everyone. There's fewer empty calories in your diet, better hydration and energy levels, reduced risk of chronic illness, and understanding moderation can help everyone live a healthier life. And I feel like moderation in this context is the most important lesson that a freshman can learn. If freshmen didn't drink excessively and understood that there are limits and understood that their limits, then they wouldn't be sick as often. They wouldn't be hungover. They wouldn't be dehydrated. They wouldn't have emergency ER visits or get hurt. Things like that. They try to push the limits and like understanding that alcohol is a drug and can be addictive. Like they try to push that limit even though they understand that these are negative effects. So after seeing these benefits and analyzing some of this audience, it's kind of hard to like draw back and to set a good audience of like within this health campaign. So to do this, I wanted to do some more research and actually target MSU campus as a whole. How many students on this campus drink often? How many students excessively drink? Like what age are these students? Who are these students? And I actually could not find other studies or researches just for MSU campus. I found studies for Kentucky and found studies for underage drinking and things like that, but there was no real studies or statistics given for MSU campus, for this specific campus. So, because of this, I created my own research. I distributed 104 surveys to generate a good sample for great data collection. I broke down my research by class and gender. I gave 26 surveys to the freshman class, the sophomore class, the junior class, and the senior class. Of those surveys, half were males and half were females to ensure that I had an unbiased opinion and gave the same amount of attention to every class and every gender. These sample questions included on my survey: what is your class and grade? What is your biological gender? What age category do you fall under? How often do you participate in social drinking? On average, how many alcoholic beverages do you consume in one sitting? On average, how many alcoholic beverages does it take for you to feel drunk? On average, how many times a month would you say you've been drunk? Would you say excessive drinking is healthy or unhealthy? Then I had two of the written responses. What is the main reason of your drinking, and why do you feel alcohol is so popular? So after I submitted these surveys and recorded my data, some findings were actually pretty impressive. It showed that the freshmen, both male and female, didn't drink as often in the week as all the other classes, an average of 4.5 times, so they only went out once a week, but they consumed way more in one sitting than any other class on campus. They consumed 6 or more servings of alcohol in one sitting than anyone else on campus. They were it was found that they felt drunk 3 to 4 times a month rather than 1 or 2 times a month as often the case was for the other classes. The sophomore shows an increase in the days they actually went out to drink on an average of 3.26 times a week, but they only engaged in 3 to 4 beverages and felt drunk only once a month. Juniors, however, was shocking to me. They were the least out of all classes to actually go out and to actually consume the most beverages. They only went out 1 to 2 times a week, having 1 to 2 servings of alcohol, and only felt drunk once a month. Seniors showed an increase from sophomores and juniors in outings that they attended and an average of consuming alcohol. They went out 3 to 4 to an average of 3.46 times a week and an average of 4 to 5 beverages in one sitting. But however, they only felt drunk once a month. So this shows me that freshmen out of all classes on this campus drank the most and felt drunk the most in a month than any other class on campus. It also shows me that sophomores and juniors kind of have understood that their limit, and even though yes they do still drink, they feel drunk only once a month rather than 3 to 4 times a month. And seniors can have more alcohol and still only consume or only feel drunk once a month as well. So these findings have definitely helped me narrow my target audience. And it was quite amazing that with all the freshman classes that I attended and all the freshman surveys that I conducted, every freshman that I gave a survey to were under the age of 21. So this helps me narrow my search and my target audience to be specific for this campus. And the target audience that I chose for my campaign were the underage freshmen that are coming to this campus. This is the class that I can help the most with my campaign because of this research that I've conducted. So my next step was now to create goals and objectives for my campaign. My overall goal for my campaign was to lower the excessive drinking rate among underage freshmen on our campus. I can track this by making clear and objectable goals that I can maintain and actually count to see if I've reached these goals and to see if I've actually made a difference among the community. So some ways that I've kind of wanted to track this campaign and track these goals and objectives was to create a hashtag. Now, if you're not familiar with the hashtag, it's something that you do and use on social media that can be tracked back to every user that does the hashtag. It's basically creating a database for me. And what I would do would create a video or a flyer or perhaps even a speech or presentation, and then at the end of that flyer, video, or presentation, reiterate the hashtag of much more clear. I chose this because hashtag much more is associated with MSU, and clear is being clear of alcohol, clear headed, clear body, and just a clearer life and clear focus. So that's why I chose the hashtag much more clear. Some goals I set that could be measurable was to get over 1,000 underage freshmen to use this hashtag during the first week of classes. Also, another one would be 1,000 of the sophomores and juniors and senior classes to use this hashtag as well. Now, this doesn't have to be 1,000 sophomores, juniors, and seniors, just 1,000 of the sophomore, junior, senior classes, a mix. This would also reiterate and set a good example to the freshmen that underage drinking is not okay and that it is unsafe and poses a lot of unhealthy benefits or a lot of unhealthy habits that could hurt you in your future. The fourth step in in creating this campaign was to select channels for this campaign. I would, to be so specific and to actually directly contact these underage freshmen, I would want to direct my attention to freshman classes or to freshman events such as SOAR or even popular areas that freshmen would hang out like Wingspan or in the dorm flyers or things like that that I know freshmen will be in there and that I know more than likely the freshmen will be underage. So the next step after actually choosing these channels was to design my presentation. And I went with making a video, just making a short video, because a lot of underage freshmen, I said it in the book, are sensation seekers and they want attention. They like new sensations. They like to be kind of risky and push the limits. And it states in the book, making messages making messages that are varied and intense, making the most of low distraction environments, and running the PSA during popular programs is the best way to get the attention seeker's attention. So, or sensation seeker's attention. So, some ways that I could achieve this around campus and on campus is to create the video and show that these statistics of the negative effects like death, ER visits, things like that that would be intense and varied to these students would actually get their attention and show them the negative effects of alcohol that they may not have noticed before. This would leave them guessing what the substance is and what is responsible for this damage. So the way I wanted to set up my video was to ask them, what is this drug? And show the negative effects like the statistics of ER visits, the statistics of death, the statistics of brain damage, the statistics of pregnancy, negative effects that alcohol can cause, and like have them guessing what this drug is, and then at the end they're probably going to think it's heroin or cocaine or meth or weed, and then they're actually going to see that it's alcohol, something that's so popular among teenage students and so dangerous that it can cause all of these negative effects. So that's the way I wanted to design my video for my health campaign. And all these statistics came from the CDC and Livestrong and actual scientific journalists that I have cited in my sources below my paper. So the next step after designing this campaign and this video was piloting and implementing this video or this video campaign. Piloting is rather simple. It's just kind of creating a focus group type thing for freshmen to give me their feedback, watch the campaign, watch the video, give me their feedback, what they think is good or bad about this campaign, and how it can help me and how I can improve this campaign. So that would be something that I would do. I would probably have a max group of 20 individuals. Obviously, I don't want it to be biased, so I would split up the 20 by 10 females, 10 males, and create like a focus group or something that they could give me clear, concise feedback about that would help me for my campaign. So implementing this campaign, obviously I can't do this in real life, although I would love to, just to see the records. Implementing this campaign, I feel like would be rather simple. Going to SOAR events, getting permission from the president to actually show the video during SOAR events or show the video during freshman classes, before freshman classes in that first week, so we can get a lot of hashtags and actually be able to record the campaigns and reach our goals for this campaign. I feel like it would be pretty simple to implement this into campus life and around campus. Um, the last step would be evaluating and maintaining. Just to recap, because I've stated some of this before, I was planning on the evaluation part of my campaign say the next year after implementing this health campaign, I would open this survey, or I would resubmit the survey to new freshmen who have seen this health campaign and have had it reiterated to them. I would give them a survey, and they would fill out the survey again, and then I would record the differences from before the campaign and after the campaign. And this method is actually used pre-test and post-test. It is a strategy that I've read about in my book, and that's the strategy I was going to go with. Um, Obviously, the way I can maintain this health campaign is again to reiterate these videos throughout the entire semester. These videos can be playing through ADUC. These videos can be playing through basketball games or football games, just to kind of reiterate and keep it in the mind of these underage freshmen that the unhealthy habits and the unhealthy um, consequences of underage drinking are drastic and can have a bad effect on them for their future. So that's the way I would want to maintain this campaign. By following these steps, I feel like I've created a successful campaign, and I feel like I would have a positive impact on campus. I believe that if underage freshmen were to watch this video and to have it reiterated to them throughout the year, it would create a campus-wide intervention for them. I would definitely show them the negative effects of underage drinking, and hopefully these images would stick in their head and stick with them the next time they chose to go out to have a good time or party or take a shot or things like that before they actually turn 21 and before their brain is finished developing and things like that. So hopefully by following these steps throughout the book, I've created a great campaign, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope you feel like my ideas are good, and if you didn't, then please comment back and help me create a better campaign and create a better assignment for the future. So, thank you.